Greetings, everyone. This is #YaCarious. I'm back with you today. Couple updates, new message, being proactive. So, for your information, I got my staples removed yesterday, and then all the pus came out. I know it's a little gross, but it was a good thing. That put the swelling down a little bit, so I'm appreciative of that. I was very nervous about going to see the surgeon after the surgery, but he said everything is good. So I still have to rest. I still can't lift anything for a few weeks. But other than that, everything is good there, so I'm encouraged. Life is good. God is good. This is the month of Ramadan, by the way. And good things happen during this month. So, right now, I feel like an Indian. I really do. I done put on the war cap. I want to be a warrior. And I'm going to beat this drum. And I'm looking for other people to beat this drum with me. There's no longer time to talk. There's no more starting a conversation. It's time for action. It's time for movement. And it's time to beat this drum. I want this drum to be beaten so loud that they're going to hear it. And it's going to be recognized. And it's going to be dealt with accordingly. Because right now, the forgotten ones, mainly those formerly incarcerated, but it includes many other people, disabilities, mental health, formerly, people in recovery. There's a few others on the list. But right, my focus is formerly incarcerated right now because it's personal for me. We're like last on the list to receive anything. Who cares about anyone who committed a crime and coming home from prison? That's a good question, and I get that attitude. But I want to reverse that. I want to show you that you should care. Even if you don't have anybody inside, or no friends, or nobody, you should care. I looked at some staggering numbers this morning. Do you know there's 3.5 million people on parole in this country? So where you going to go? What state you going to go to where there's not going to be no people that's formerly incarcerated, right? In New York, you have about 1 million, close to 1 million. It's 800,000, 900,000 people on parole. In this country, my bad. That's specifically on parole. The 3.5 million is parole and probation. All right, pardon me. It's close to 1 million on parole in this country. And we're talking about thousands in New York, just like in a short period of time. I don't know what the numbers is in New York. I need to look that up. I was curious about it from a national perspective. I wanted to see what the big picture was. And it's scary, But at the same time, it's numbers that need to be reckoned with. This is a lot of people that need help, right? The legal system, according to them, they've done their job, right? They arrested us, they sentenced us, they put us in prison and had to serve our time. And some of us are still on community supervision, okay? But according to them, they've done their job. Now, who does the next job? Who helps us? You have these agencies that prepare you. They may even give you a couple sets of clothes in some cases. But they'll teach you, help with the application, the resume, how to present yourself. But they can't guarantee a job for you, right? They'll reference you. It's interesting. Sometimes you'll find some programs where they'll reimburse the employer. I was in one. They paid the employer like 90 days, like at a certain amount of hour, just to give you opportunity to prove yourself. And those are good programs. Now that works. That works right there. Because you can get your foot in the door. Once you get your foot in the door, you have opportunity. We need more programs like that. We need something that's going to actually put us into better positions as far as employment goes. We should be able to do the same thing almost on the same level, on the same money, basically, as we did when we went in, because we paid our debt. How many more debts do we owe? That's an unwritten debt, I guess, that you're just going to be denied, and good employment and good housing in many cases, which is very discouraging. Very, very discouraging. you know, and people inside that know this, that know there's nothing out here for them but the streets, they head straight for the street to sell drugs and rob, because they know there's nothing there to help them. Anyway, I want to beat this drum. Because I'm formerly incarcerated and I'm in the struggle. And luckily for me, I came home. I was able to get Social Security because I had retired and I had worked before. But you have a lot of these young guys going, they never had a job before they come home. They're going to have to rely on Department of Social Service. I think as an individual, single person, you might end up with $45 in cash per month. What are you going to do with that? Or even if they might have raised it a little bit, but it's nothing. It's peanuts. And what you going to do with that? So we have to do something. I want to do something. I want to start the conversation and beat the drum, and I'm going to beat it. You know, until they get tired of me or I get tired. One and two. I'm going to try this route because formerly incarcerated lives matter. My life matters to me. You know, I've put too much effort and too much work into change, right? To give up now, like, because you don't, you know, you want to judge me. No, I'm not giving up. No, I can't do that. Put too much work into the change, man. Change was hard. Took me a long time. I waited till I was too old, but I did it, man. I'm proud of it. I'm sitting in the car, my car, right? I'm making payments. This is the first car that I got from a bank loan. I accomplished that when I came home, right? And now Capital One is after me to get a brand new car. At this very moment, they keep emailing me like, want to meet. Go down the car, right? See so-and-so. You got, like, serious? But I strove for that. I wanted that. I wanted them to come after me. They're coming after me right now for a brand new car. I'm thinking about it. Because you only live once, right? This may be my last opportunity to have a brand new car in my life. So some of the things happening. I want to share those things with you. You know, the transition that I'm going through. Matter of fact, tomorrow will be 2 years I've been home. 2 years. I came home April 7th, 2020. 2 years. Second car, right? And I really hardly worked. But because all my money is not going into drugs, I'm doing a lot more with a lot less. Very interesting. Good budgeting habits too. Something I practiced in prison with very little money. You know, I had to do it. So, in any event, I'm beating the drum and look forward to me coming up with ideas. I'm looking for assistance. I'm looking for help. I can't do this alone. I can't, and that's why it's going out there. So if you can find a way to be supportive, if you have any ideas, anything. If you have an idea for me, you have an idea for yourself, for somebody else, if you can refer me to somebody else, anything that's going to help. Any little bit helps. If you're not an active person, but you have information, share with me. I'll take that. Everybody has a part that they can play. We just don't know what it is. And I've seen laws change to help prisoners personally, and I witnessed it. This latest one, less is more. That's something they've been trying to get passed for at least 4 or 5 years. But they didn't give up on it, and it's passed. So we have to move forward with that same energy. That there can be some reform for us. Like, I think if I had some solutions to the problems, I would educate employers to let them know that, you know, give them stats. You know, one stat is people that come with murder have almost a zero recidivism rate. Never go back to prison if you have a murder conviction, you spend that much time in prison. Zero. That's a stat. We need to educate the employers. I don't have to worry about that no more. You have to worry about that from somebody that has never been in prison before, have never committed. That's where the surprises come from. You're not going to get them from people that have committed violent crimes. So that's just like one stat. People that commit robberies, burglaries, yeah, they repeat a lot. But there's some people that want to come home and change, and it's up to the person to determine that in the interview. And if we can determine that, then forget the background. Give the man a chance, man. Give us a chance. We said we've changed. If you see the change, if you can recognize your intuition says this man is different, I can't believe he's been to prison. Forget the But I think we have to go after the legislature to deal with this background business. And so we're gonna have to find a way to address that and see what ideas they have. But it can't remain the same. I mean, it just can't. It has to be some kind of modifications. I'm not saying completely change it. I know they're not gonna do that, but it has to be some modifications. All right, guys, I'm not gonna keep it too much longer. So I'm at the 10-minute mark. Just wanted to share that with you. A couple things. I want to be back. I want to be present. I want to be present to you. You know. Our group is growing. The Forgotten Ones, I'm on your Carriers Speaks on YouTube. I'm trying to get a presence there for some other reasons, and I'm sharing it with the Forgotten Ones. This one with the Forgotten Ones. That's my main group. That was my first thing, the Forgotten Ones group, and we're growing. And I have some ideas I'm gonna put out there for them. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Be safe out there.